Hello and welcome back. It's that time to grab a pad of paper, grab a pen, because this is Griff Picks. Hey everybody, it's Griffin. Let's get into what I've watched recently that I can recommend to you. Before I even get started, I know I'm super duper late to this, but happy halfway to Halloween to all my Halloween and horror fans out there. Number one, I recently caught David Spade's and Chris DiStefano's specials on Netflix, as well as Ryan Hamilton's. They were all hilarious, and I can highly recommend all three of them. They're available to watch right now on Netflix. Ryan Hamilton, I had never heard of before, but I just noticed it through one of the auto kind of previews that Netflix does, and it looked really funny, so gave it a shot. And yeah, I highly recommend all three. Really funny. Number two, I finally saw The Last Thing Mary Saw on Shudder. I gotta say, I both loved and hated this film. The film was very beautiful, although a lot of parts of it was super dark. Dark as in visibility, like kind of hard to see. Interesting, original story, kept my attention the whole time. Really good storytelling. I loved Isabel Fuhrman in this role. I loved her character, and I also really liked Rory Culkin in this movie as well. And I was rooting for our two protagonists, the two girls the whole time. I was really rooting for them the whole time. But the story itself and the family really infuriated me. There were parts towards the end of the movie where I was pretty much yelling at the screen. And there's another part in the movie towards the end where our two protagonists, they kind of just freeze, and there's stuff happening around them and they're just not reacting to any of it. Kind of annoying, but I thought this movie was really good as a horror movie, building tension throughout the whole movie. So I really enjoyed this film, even though for parts of it I felt like I was kind of hate watching it. Number three, me and my dad, we got back out to the theater and saw The Northman. This was a great theater or big screen movie. It was a beautiful film. Really great cinematography, really great performances from the actors, especially Anya Taylor-Joy, as usual. It did feel a little long. Just towards the end, I felt myself kind of noticing the runtime. Some choices in the movie felt a little bit iffy. There were a few good battle scenes, but I felt like there could have been more, this being that type of film. I will say, though, that there were great practical effects, blood, gore, on-screen kills. All of that was really good. It's just that once you've seen films like Gladiator and Braveheart, you then know how good battle scenes can look. This was another film by Robert Eggers, and I do like his films. I find them interesting, and I will continue to go see them. And if nothing else, they are interesting and original. After seeing this one, I would rank his films, for me personally, I would put The Witch as number one, Northman number two, and The Lighthouse number three. That's just my personal preference. And I will say that it wasn't too long ago that I rewatched The Witch, and I felt like I liked it a lot more upon second viewing. So if it's been a while since you've seen that movie, or you've only seen it once, I recommend going back and rewatching The Witch. Okay, moving on to what's out now. Number one, Doctor Strange, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, and The Northman all hit theaters. Number two, The Batman started streaming on HBO Max in case you missed it in theaters. Number three, You Won't Be Alone is on VOD streaming, as well as The Cursed. Number four, The Twin, starring Teresa Palmer, Broadcast Signal Intrusion, and Night's End are now on Shudder. Also on Shudder is The Sadness. Number 5, Scandinavian horror Hatching is now on VOD streaming. Number 6, Ozark Season 4 Part 2 is now on Netflix, and these are the final episodes. Number 7, in April, Shudder did a halfway to Halloween event where it uploaded a bunch of new content, some of which is still on there now. What's coming soon? Number 1, the Star Wars sequel trilogy finally gets a box set Blu-ray release in the month of May. Number 2, we got an official runtime for A24's Men at 1 hour and 40 minutes. It releases in late May, and director Alex Garland was quoted saying something along the lines of, the movie is going to be like on the more extreme end and more gruesome versus his film Ex Machina. Number 3, the next 2 films in my theater must-sees list for this year are Jurassic World 3, which releases in June, and Thor Love and Thunder, which releases in July. And we finally got a teaser trailer for the new Thor, and it looks good. Number 4, it's official. A Banquet and The Sadness are going to be on Shudder. Like I said earlier, The Sadness is on there now, and A Banquet is coming very, very soon within the month of May. Trailers are available for both of those now. Another horror that I've recently been hearing about and been getting recommended is #Alive, which is a Korean zombie horror movie that is on Netflix. Number 5, in addition to the 3 stand-up specials I mentioned earlier, there's a bunch of new stand-up comedy coming to Netflix soon. This includes Christina P. And Ricky Gervais, as well as the Netflix is a Joke comedy festival, which includes people like Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle. So it's just something to look out for. Like I just mentioned, Christina P. has a new special on Netflix now called Mom Jeans, and it's been rumored that her husband, Tom Segura, is also currently working on a new hour of material. Okay, and now let's talk a little bit about what is on the distant horizon. Number 1, The Menu. This is a dark comedy thriller starring our girl, Anya Taylor-Joy, and Ralph Fiennes. November 18th, 2022 release date is set for that. Number 2, we got both a very short teaser and a full trailer for the upcoming Shudder horror Dashcam. This is being made by the same people that made the Shudder original Host. Number 3, Rob Zombie's The Munsters film, being produced by Universal, will be rated PG. It's still slated for 2022, but nothing official as far as release date or trailer. There's some stills floating around for it, though, if you want to take a look at those. Number 4, it's rumored that Don't Breathe and Evil Dead director Fede Alvarez will co-write and direct a new Alien film with Ridley Scott, and with Scott producing it. So that's exciting news. I hope that turns out to be true. I would love to see that. Number 5, we got a full trailer for the new A24 dark comedy thriller slasher Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. And that's slated to release sometime this year. So check that trailer out if you haven't already. Looks really good. I'm super excited to see that one. Number 6, Damien Leone has stated that Terrifier 2 will be even more brutal than the first one. And it will also have a 2-hour runtime, which I find hard to believe, but he's been quoted saying that. So this is still set to release sometime this year, but we've gotten no further details other than that. Still no official release date. Number 7, David Cronenberg has a new film in the works with Neon, said to be coming out sometime this year. It's called Crimes of the Future. It stars Viggo Mortensen and Kristen Stewart, and we got both a teaser trailer and a full trailer for this recently if you want to check those out. It looks like some weird, wild stuff. Okay, and that's going to be it for this edition of Griff Picks. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you next time. Bye.